Okay, hello. This is Thumbs United, streaming creative content for flotations. And hold on, I have an echo. Streaming creative content for flotations. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, there we go. So, this is Thumbs United, streaming creative content for flotations. The website, I put the link in the chat, and flotation store. And this is the image. This is in Venice, Italy. I'm on a bridge and these boats are going under me. This is one of their channels. It's one of the wider ones. So let's get into editing it. Let's see how this goes. I finally plugged in my second monitor, and so before what I had to do was I had to use my laptop to see chat, and then I pretty much couldn't see what OBS was doing. I just had to kind of monitor the stream. As I was editing, but now it's easier. I can see everything quickly, and I can monitor OBS. I was so tired last night. Luckily, I was able to stay up later. I was working on arranging the photography and the footage for this new project I'm going to be doing. I don't have the name for the project, but it's going to be something like Project New York or Journey into New York. Over the past 4 years, my sister went to college over there, and so we would visit her, Christmas. Well, the main ones were she'd come home for Christmas, but we'd visit her on Thanksgiving, October, and then a couple times in spring. And every time I went, I would take a lot of photos, not just of the college events, but of just kind of everything else we did, like walking through the city. And it was actually the winter of 2016 when we went to visit her that I took all the photos for the 2016 Master of Art monthly issue. I believe it's the June issue of Manhattan. I took all those photos during that trip, and I just checked it. It was like a 6-day trip. I took over like 300 usable images, and yeah, so I've been collecting a lot of footage and photography, and not just like 35 millimeter, but some kind of experimental photography too. I have some VR photos that I'm going to be editing into a slideshow for the first time. I've done VR photos in other projects, none that have been released, but a couple of them were in California. There were certain kind of like museum areas where I took the VR photographs. I think some of it was the space shuttle. It was in the California Science Center, and they have the space shuttle there. I believe it's the Endeavour. So that was pretty cool. And then there was one with Frank Lloyd Wright's son. He designed this chapel, and it's really cool. It's a really nice blend of nature and architecture. It looks like you play these video games of like these elf kingdoms and things like that, and that's what the chapel really looks like. It looks like it's kind of elfy and built to blend in with the woods and everything. And then there was a gardens. I think it's the Pasadena gardens. This won't do. What is this block? I have to restart and reload this image. I'm not gonna. Well, we'll see if this works. Oh, and so then the other place I did VR photographs, but this was a while ago. This was in 2013. Was in the Pasadena. Oh no, it was the. It's in California, but it's. Can't think of it. It's either Pasadena Botanical Gardens or the Santa Ana. But it's in LA. And yeah, so last night I was like, I have to stay up. I've been recovering from getting back from New York this last time. I came back at 3. I had to wake up at 2:30 in the morning to catch the flight, and that was rough. And then I was pretty much working since the second I got back. And I did a lot of yard work, like a lot. And then I got like really weird, like sick. My mom said I was dehydrated or had like a heat stroke or something. That's what it felt like. I was like beyond dizzy. I was extremely nauseous. And so I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to do yesterday. And so I did everything I couldn't do yesterday, I did today. And there's still more I needed to do today, but it's too hot now. I have to start waking up earlier to get all the lawn work done. But it was funny, 2 days ago while I was working outside, I saw the Apple Maps car, which is like the Google Maps car with the cameras and everything. I saw them drive past. So that was pretty funny. I was like, oh no. They're coming to take pictures. Luckily, most of the yard looked well. And then, there was something else. Oh, and so I was like mowing the lawn. And, hold on, my hand's crampy. I have to remember to not squeeze the handle so much. It's hard because with the digital stylus, there's no resistance. It's like drawing on glass. And so then I grip really hard to control the stylus, but you just have to remember not to do that. But anyway, I was mowing the lawn and this motorcycle, it wasn't like it was like one of those kind of kid bikes. but it was driving pretty fast down the street in front of my house, and there were two people on it, and the lady behind the guy who was driving on it was like waving at me, but not just like a little wave like hello. It was like, flapping up and down, hello, like they knew me. And so then I went inside and I told them I think my sister just drove by, because it looked like my sister, but I was like really far away from the street. And so then we texted my sister. She's like, nope, that's not me. So it was like, who is this person waving at me, like not furiously, but vigorously, I guess is the right word. So that's bothering me. I guess it's like, but I thought that was funny. Oh, and then the good news is, I was talking about this in, I think, on the Mass Effect Let's Play. But I made a book. I made the book, the Master of Art Monthly Collector's Edition. I made the digital one almost a year ago, and then I remade the book to be printed. And so the printed book is available now. It's $35.99, and it's printed to order. So if you want to order it, you can. It'll be built and then shipped to your house. But I also give these books kind of away as gifts to my family members and friends. And so I made this one, and it took me a little bit longer to make it. And anyway, I gave it to my friend, and then I never heard anything back from her. So then I was like, oh no, did she not get it? Or did she not like it or whatnot? And then I was thinking, because I dropped it off at her mom's house, and I was like, oh no, does her mom like not live there? And I just gave it to like some random family. But she just texted me back like 2 weeks ago that she really liked it and all that. She said something funny. She was like, this is the most professional photo book and creative thing I've seen in a long time. And I was like, oh phew, she got it. So that was good. So that's one less thing to worry about. Yeah, I don't know what it is. What's up with these images? It seems that the top of the image always has the most dust. But, and yeah, so she got in. She was really happy with it, which is like, phew. Because I don't get a lot of feedback too much on my photography work. People just, they just kind of look at it and like it and everything, but it's not like, I don't get negative feedback, which is good, but I also don't get too much positive feedback. And so I kind of figured that, if people are still following it, they don't really have a problem with it and they enjoy it. It's kind of like the silent majority is okay with it. So it was nice to hear somebody that really appreciated it. And I think next Thursday I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to the local market. It's a farmer's market, and I'm going to see if they will accept my prints and books to be in their art store. I've been saying I'm going to be doing it since winter, but now I have the time. And like the resources to kind of build a small catalog, like the Master of Art Collector's Edition. I can print a few of those to sell, and then the Master of Art monthlies, I could print a few of those out to sell. I'm going to make a second edition of the Master of Art monthlies, and then yeah, start printing those. And so I'm hoping that a lot of the books will sell well, but I'm also going to be framing more images, and so I have to find some nice frames. I kind of plan on doing it once I find out I'm accepted into the art gallery. Then I'll start looking for frames. Half of me wants to go out right now and start looking, but I don't want to invest if I have to if I don't get in or something comes up where it's not profitable. So I'm eagerly waiting. Every time I go to the art store, I kind of take a mental inventory. Sometimes I take a screenshot of the frames that they have and everything. And I've looked online, but a lot of times it's more expensive online to get the frames that I want, because I want them with the matte, which is the border around the image, and so for the sizes I want to order, it's a lot of it's not free shipping, and then it's just works out to be a little bit more expensive. And then because some of my sizes, they're standard sizes, but they're not common standard sizes, so a lot of them I have to get custom frames for, and that's the part that shoots up the price. So that's it looks like I spoke too soon, getting a lot of dust at the bottom of this image. But yesterday I got it was sick, and it was getting to the point where I was should I make a doctor's appointment? And I was considering it. And it was just I was feeling really dizzy and nauseous, and my stomach was upset, but I didn't want to throw up or anything. I was just having a hard time. I was I haven't felt sick in forever. And yeah, I took ibuprofen, and then for my stomach I took an Alka-Seltzer, which I took them spaced out. I usually don't like taking them in the same day, because they both can thin your blood. But it was rough. I spent from 3 to 5:30 just laying in bed, and I couldn't watch a video. I was just laying there. And then yeah, I went and I ate dinner with my family, and about a couple of hours later I was better. I wasn't good. I'm still not good, but I do feel better. I felt good enough to go work outside and everything today. But last night, oh my goodness, I was working on, I half told the story twice already, so hopefully I finish this story. But I I'm working on getting all the footage and the photos onto one drive. I still keep like all the original footage on their separate drives, because the drive I'm putting them all on, it's going to be the drive I render with and have the projects on. So if the drive fails, I can still like recopy everything onto a new drive. So I never put the original footage onto a drive that I'm going to edit on, or be the scratch disk or the render disk, because just rendering really brings down the disk life, the time till the disk fails, because it's a really heavy process, intense process on the hard disk. But, and so last night I was checking to make sure all the footage is right, and then over the past 3 or 4 days, I had my one Linux box. It was conforming the videos into the right format, and then and also making the placeholder video. And so then what the placeholder video is, that's actually the video that I edit, and so it's converted from either 4K or HD down to standard definition, with a medium bitrate for standard definition. It's 3 megabits, which is kind of high for the size. And then I edit that, and so what that lets me do is I can edit on anything. I can edit on my laptop, I can store like the entire project on my laptop, or I can edit on my PC, and I don't have to worry about like lagging or performance issues. And so then once the project's ready, I put it back on the Linux box, and it uses the original footage, the full res and full bitrate, and then it swaps out the placeholder, and then it just renders. And so like I'll have it render like 15 projects after a time, and it just does the first one and the second one, and it does it as a big batch. And anyway, so I was setting that up like last night, and I was like arranging the photographs. And one of the hard things about the 3D photographs is I have 2 cameras that record 3D images, and one 3D system is actually 2 cameras that's tethered together, and then the other is 1 camera that shoots 3D. And so here's the image. I'm gonna save it. And so the camera that is two systems, separate cameras that are tethered together. It like if there's a problem with saving the image, or it starts wrong, sometimes it will become misaligned. And so like image 24 on the left camera will actually be supposed to be matched with like image 25. And so that's always a headache, because you have to go back and fix it. And so once it makes an error once, then like everything after image 25 is misaligned. And so then you have to go and rename each one. And so I had to go through and check to make sure all the different images were aligned correctly and everything. And it's easier than it sounds, because all you gotta do first is check to make sure the left camera has 300 images and the right camera has 300 images, but then there's like one where it's the left camera has 300 images and the right camera has 302, and that's when it's like it starts to become a headache, because you have to go through and figure out where did it misalign, and sometimes it like misaligned from the beginning, and sometimes it misaligned from like the middle or towards the end. So either way, it's a big headache. So I had to go through and check that. And then I got all my 35mm photos, all the raw photos. I put them in one place. And kind of what the last step that I'm doing now is I have to convert for my 3D camera, the 1-unit 3D camera. It's a JVC, and it records into an MP4, but with the multi-view camera codec, which is a headache because it's not really supported well. I think Sony Vegas might be able to support it, but it's not quite clear. And so there's this program I bought, and it's called MVC to AVI converter, and it's from 3dtv.net. No, 3D. I'm not sure. I'll tell you guys later. Actually, I can tell you now. It's hold on. It's MVC to AVI converter, and so I use that, and what it does is it takes the single MP4 has both the left eye and the right eye video in one file, and so I have to extract each one. And so that takes kind of a longer time. So over last night I was setting up to do the first batch. There's a batch of 4 where it's going to go and separate the left and right videos. And so soon I'll be able to start streaming me working on the actual project. Either Monday or Tuesday. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Not a lot of problems on this image. This image is in the Roman Forum. I'm gonna change the music. Okay, so this image is in the Roman Forum, which is like a collection of kind of like the original architecture of Rome. And it's like a large park where they have everything. It's really cool. It was one of my favorite places in the Italy trip. No, when I went to Italy, we went to Rome, Florence, then Venice. And I thought that was part of the structure, but then I saw the rest of it and I was like, nope, that's not part of the structure. It looks like a water stain. This does too. And then I just checked the Linux box, and it finished converting some of the footage I was just talking about. So after this stream, I'm gonna set it up, and then it has to encode the Mass Effect 2 Let's Play that I'm gonna be live editing / creating. So it should just be like a regular Let's Play, which I've been streaming for a while. But I'll be recording it live and then editing it and releasing it to YouTube and Patreon and everything. So you get to see that performed live. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. I'm a little worried about doing it all in one take, because I think each episode's going to be about an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 50 minutes. Here's a big blotch. Yeah, so this image went by pretty fast. Ooh, here's something. Okay, that one's done. So this is the image. This is what this actually was. It was like a Roman bath, so it was a place where people would go, and it's like a community pool and everything where everyone went to go get clean and everything. And it was like a big part of the social structure. Okay, this is also another image from the Roman Forum. And here we go. I'm gonna start editing. I'm gonna turn the music up. I don't really have a lot more to say. A lot of little dots to fix, little specks. Look at this big watermark. Yeah, some epic music. There was a big streak, and that's from the development process. That's what I was removing. And these are like little watermarks that were left when developing the film. The final stage of film development, you wash the film in water, and then you hang up the film at the strips to have it dry out. And then, but before you hang it up, you're supposed to Ouija it and then get the water off. But it's difficult because you don't want to damage the film when you squeegee it. And so that's what these watermarks are from. They're not from the film storage. They're from the actual development of the film. We let my cat out. He's just like exploring, but it's funny because when he wants to come into the house, he goes up to the door and he just starts yelling at it, "Let me in," essentially. And he was always a talker. The way we got him my mom looked out the window before she went to go pick us up from school, and we went to school pretty far away. It's a hour trip there and an hour trip back. So she saw it before she left to pick us up, and she's like, "Oh, that's funny." There, she thought it was like this white rabbit in our garden, and then she was like, "I'm gonna leave it." And then she told my sisters about it, and so then when we got home, which is 2 hours later, my sisters found it and they started chasing it. It's so funny because it was like they were getting like tactical. They had one go on one side of it, the other go on the other side of it, and they slowly crept towards it, so it had nowhere to run. And then they were like, "It's not a rabbit, it's a kitten." And the kitten was like yelling rah, 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 the whole time. And so he was always talking, always, like he comes up to you and it's like, "Feed me." Starts meowing loudly. I mean, it's not like most cats, which do a purr. He's just like, "Ow." And so we let him out, and he's sitting on our fence, and he's just yelling. And so I opened the door and I was like, "Do you want to come in?" And I clapped for him and I was like, "The door is open." He was like, "No." He's just sitting on the wall yelling. And I was like, "Okay, you do that, cat." But he was enjoying the sunshine. No, because it's so close to being done, and then we got this large speckle of dust. I don't know what causes these speckles, but there's been a couple photographs that have them. And it's always in like the same spot. So this is the image, the final image. And again, this is in Rome. This is the Roman Forum. I got something to tweet out. And it's funny, I don't remember where I was, but I saw this commercial for Samsung, and it was this lady. She had her iPhone 6 Plus, but it was slow, and everything she tried to do, the phone slowed her down or made it do it wrong. And I was like, that's funny. But it was just like, it was so heart-wrenching. Just, I don't know. It's just like you're just watching her get slightly more and more depressed. I was like, Okay, I gotta tweet it out. Okay, so we're gonna go on to the next image. Oh, anyway, so the commercial was like, it was really depressing. And then, she switched to the Samsung Galaxy, and everything was okay again. And oh my goodness, I almost closed the other one without saving. Okay, this is night photography from in Venice, Italy. And that's actually the moon. So we're gonna get to editing this, and depending on how quickly this goes, I think we might have time for one more photograph after this. I don't think there's going to be a lot of speckles that show up here. Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh my goodness. Look at this giant thing. Okay. I'm going to be turning up the music again. So we're about a third of the way. And it has a little bit more work to do over here. I almost removed that antenna from that house. It looked a little bit like dust, dirt and dust. So it's moving along a lot faster, as it seems to always do. The bottom of the image for some reason is always cleaner than the top. And then you might be wondering, like, why is all this dust there? Don't you clean the film before you scan? And I do, but some of this is dust that's on the scanner. So every time I scan a new strip of film, I wipe off the scanner and I wipe the film. But I mean, this dust is tiny, so not all the dust comes off the scanner or the film. And these are kind of the stragglers that got away. Okay, so this is the image, and I think we have one more that I'm going to do, but I'm going to take a little break. I'll be right back. I'm going to show you people the next image. So this is the next image. It's also a night photography shot, and this is a slightly different angle of the image from before, and this is also in Venice, Italy. So I'm gonna start the kind of pre-stream slideshow, and yeah, I'll be right back. It should be like 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, I'm back. So this is going to be the last image. And again, it's It's a photo from Venice, Italy. This giant flake. I don't know what it's from. You have this. That one piece of dust. So this image is going by pretty fast. Do. We're about a third of the way done. Another one of those flakes. There's a little more work here. But we're over halfway done. Get rid of all this stuff. I have a little bit more work to do today, but like I have to prepare some hard drives and some housework. I'm looking forward to eating lunch, and then after that I should get a break. Tomorrow I'm planning on going to the local art museum, and they're gonna have a movie I'm gonna see there, so I'm looking forward to that. I could have done it today, but I'm not in the mood. Sunday's gonna be the big chill out day. I'm gonna try to get everything done today, so I can relax a little bit. Having the second monitor for my PC helps out a lot for kind of for vegetation, I guess. But I have my primary monitor is also the monitor that connects to my Xbox. And so before it was like I had to choose if I wanted to watch, somebody streaming, or I could, play on the Xbox. But now I can finally, watch a stream while I'm playing on the Xbox and everything. So it's like the height of comfort, I guess. So I was testing that out earlier today, and I was like, wow, this is the life. Almost done. Not a lot of work on the bottom again. Okay, let's look at the final image. So this is it. So I want to thank everyone for coming out. This has been Thumbs United. I've been streaming photography for the Photations blog and the Photation store. And there's a link in the chat if you want to check those out, where you can see more photography. And there's a lot of color photography and 35mm. And then there's some medium format film that's up on the store. So thanks for coming by. I'll see you probably, I might see you Sunday, but it would be in the evening again. But definitely Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday I'm bringing back the Mass Effect Let's Plays, and so I'll be doing a Let's Play of Mass Effect 2. And yeah, so thanks for coming in. See you pencil in tomorrow.